Jacob McBee, welcome back to, I love to say it, it's your own program. Welcome to your own house.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Very much enjoy being here. Very much enjoy educating, all the audience, the customers, many people calling in on a regular basis, with extended questions from the shows that we have here. And so always appreciative of that. It's my greatest pleasure to serve and to answer those questions. And that's what we're here for. So.
By the name, My Favorite Service Company, let me just back up here and say that this show is called Trade Secrets, Real Trade Secrets with Jacob McBee. And so we'll talk about all trades in the course of the history of this program. And so that not only includes, just air conditioning and heating, but what else can we talk about in the future, do you think?
So today it's something that we're talking about. It's part of the show. The last segment we talked about how cleaning your ductwork, sanitizing your ductwork is so important. And then we said that we was going to go into further information about how we can do something to keep that sanitized on a daily basis so the air is always clean, fresh, healthy, and safe in your home. That constant sanitization is very important with the different viruses that are running around out there, and the different allergies that are in the air, and the different visitors you have coming through your home, and whatever else is going on. So cleaning those ducts are very important. Sanitizing those ducts is very important, but keeping the air constantly clean, fresh, healthy, and sanitized through these different products is also extremely important for many homes. Not for everybody, because not everybody suffers from the same problems. But did you know that you can actually use the same science, but behind UV sanitization for your air and your coils and your water?
No.
I have it in my home, and it's actually really great, because you remember, I don't know, it was 2 years ago, there was a time, no, it wasn't 2 years, because it was just last year. Silly me. Anyways, we had all the freeze in the water, and then they said, some of the water wasn't going to be good because of the busted pipes, and stuff could have gotten the pipes and all this other stuff. And they recommended some people in some areas to be boiling their water and all these other things. Well, I would never say not to do those things, because none of the products I talk about here or that we put in your home are ever meant to be medical devices. They're meant to help with the air conditioning, the water system, and the sanitization, directly at those points. However, the UV system that I have in my home for the water actually treats the water continuously to make sure that any viruses or anything growing in there is not.
Yeah.
And it sterilizes that water for me. And so, my water goes through a filtering device, and then into a softener, and then into the UV sanitizer, and then into the home. So
that's awesome.
The water in my house is very clean, very fresh, and the thing of it is, I don't have city water.
And it's also
I have well water.
Oh, did you really?
I have well water, and people come to the home, and they literally are like, your water is so good. Why is it so good? It's because you take, and you go through the steps to make sure that it's clean, fresh, safe, and healthy.
And it's also healthy for your pets too, right? This is the same water you give your pets?
Yes, very much so.
They don't get bottled water off the shelf.
No. But I will tell you, I use the straight well water for the yard and the grass. I don't run all that through the deal. And also, just to note, my pool guy gets mad when I accidentally supplement some of the water from the home, because that conditioned water with softener and all that stuff sometimes can throw off his levels whenever he's trying to keep the chlorine and all that stuff. So two disclaimers, just so you know.
I have a feeling your pool guy's really not mad at you. He probably appreciates.
No, not mad. He'll ask me, like, "Did you use house water?" Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
You messed up the levels. But anyhow, two disclaimers just for everybody.
Hey, will you recap the last show for us there for folks who haven't missed it?
Absolutely. So cleaning your ductwork is very important. The methods that we use is a pull, push, contact method. We go into each duct individually. Before we do so, we're going to measure the particulate counts coming out of the duct. We're going to take pictures. Then we're going to go and clean it. If you so choose, we'll also sanitize it. Then we'll take after pictures. Then we'll also check the particulate counts for after we've done the cleaning of it. And we do all that stuff. It's $695 for up to 10 ducts, and $240 if you want to add the sanitization. That's the complete product as a whole. There's no hidden charges, there's no gimmicks, there's no smoke and mirrors to any of this stuff.
Because you can see
that's direct.
Besides the pictures.
We prove befores and afters.
But you can see the pictures, but you can physically see you've got this clear chute or this clear bag that it goes through?
Yes, we got a clear shield that goes over every duct. So as we're actually vacuuming and cleaning the debris out, you can see it all coming out and going into the vacuum system.
And that's when the people go, oh my gosh, I've been breathing that. That's been going through. We change our filters once a month, but that same stuff that gets past the filters is in the ductwork, and we don't change it ever.
Yeah, some people want to say, you know, oh my God, I've been breathing that. But I like to think, thank God I won't have to breathe that anymore. I'll tell you, for example, whenever I built my home, again, obviously I've been in the business for many years, so there's things that I did in the beginning that I knew that I should do because this is what I recommend to people on a daily basis, so I do it for myself. So I can tell you that my duct system is extremely clean. But I have an all sheet metal duct system, which is not typical. Plus, I have very, very good HEPA filtering prior to. Then it goes through a bipolar ionization process. Then it goes into a cool bathing UV sanitizer, and then the Forever Clean 365 system. So, you know, it goes through 5 stages of cleanliness through and through. So, you know, the ducts in my home, they stay clean.
Yeah.
That's because I did all the things in the very beginning that some customers don't either know to do or didn't have the opportunity to do.
So now if we can graduate into this program here, finally, let me just say the technology that you said when you first started is not the same that it is today. That has to do with, well, I'll let you just go because it's a new world today.
It is. And, you know, technology, it's everywhere with everything, anything. When I started in the business, I had a beeper, I had a pager.
Oh, me too.
I didn't have a cell phone. You know, and today I can carry my cell phone. I can do anything and everything that even computers back then couldn't do. So technology has come so far. We've gone through multiple, you know, refrigerants and so many things. Anyhow, you know, air conditioners, the sanitization, the cleanliness, the efficiencies. It's all changed.
Like this tool you got in front of you.
Sure,
that didn't exist 5 years ago.
No,
right?
and I like to carry this thing around kind of everywhere and just check things. So we talked about it a little bit on last show, but basically it goes through and it tests the air in your home. It tells you, or the air wherever you're at, tells you humidity levels, tells you temperature, obviously important things. It tells you 3 different levels of particulate count, so it's testing different particulates. Tests the CO2 in the room, and then the HCHO. And so basically we're going to make sure that the air's fresh, clean, and healthy for you wherever you're at or wherever I'm at or wherever we're testing it. And so it stays on constantly, and whenever we're doing service at the home, we one of the first things we do is we turn that on, and we'll even hand it to the customer sometimes, walk around, test it, check it out, because what it is what it is.
You track it though, it's the before and after, and here's the difference that we made.
Through and through. Yep.
That's amazing. MyFavoriteServiceCompany.com, and it's Real Trade Secrets with Jacob McBee. And give us a secret. What do we need to know about this technology?
What you need to know is there are so many options out there that not all of them are going to work for you, not all are going to work for every application, and not all are actually going to be, I would say, the best thing for you if you're trying to clean, sanitize, and make your air fresh and safe and healthy. There are some things out there that can cause adverse problems for you, depending on, where you are as far as your allergy levels or your health levels or things like this. There's some products out there that emit large amounts of ozone. These can be very agitating to some people. Itchy, watery eyes, runny noses, sore throats, things of that nature. And I'm not saying that product is going to be bad for everybody, but there are products that do produce high amounts of ozone that can cause irritation for you. There's also some products out there that they're no more than just a blue light that really isn't doing a good job because they don't have the nanolengths or the wavelengths necessary to do the proper sanitization that we're looking to do in your home. And so you can have the extremes on one side being there's just too much for a residential home, and then there's just not enough. It's really not doing anything for you. And so it's important to make sure we look at products that are best for our area, for Texas, the South Texas region, and the air conditioners that we have installed here, and the type of ductwork, and the type of plenums, and the type of returns, and the type of allergies, and type of humidity levels. There's all these things we have to think about. And so you can imagine if there's a large commercial building up in New York or on the West Coast or the East Coast, there's different levels of humidity and temperatures. That product's not going to be okay to put in your home and think that it's going to do the same job. It can be just too much of something, or it can be not enough of something else. So having those products that are engineered specifically for your area are very important. And that's what we say. We use only field-tested, time-tested parts and materials whenever we're providing service to our customers that we know are best for you, for your home, for our area.
When we get back from this break there, I want you to talk about one of your vendors who takes care of you and takes care of you, obviously, our listeners here. I'm Baron Wiley, broadcasting live from the Bevy Hotel. It's Real Trade Secrets with Jacob McBee. We'll be right back.
If you like and appreciate the tips and discussions we've had here and feel this added some value, please go below and hit the like button for us. You'd be doing us a huge favor. In addition, if you'd go below and just make a comment, that's a great gauge for us to continue to bring great trade secrets to you right here on Real Trade Secrets.
Hey, welcome back to Real Trade Secrets with Jacob McBee. You'll come out for free, allegedly? You said this a couple of times?
No charge. Complimentary is what I like to say, because free just sounds some silly. What I do is actually complimentary. It's just like answering these questions or coming up with this information or these details to people. It's not so much that it's free because, there's no cost to you, but it's complimentary because that's something that comes from us from the heart for our betterment to our customers, to the public, to the people out there that need something for us. And we do it complimentary to make sure that you have the answers to questions that you didn't know you were supposed to ask, or maybe you have the answers to questions that you're just unsure of. And that's what we're here for.
That's how they super serve. And it's my favorite service company, heating, air, and air quality. And that's what we've been focusing on this podcast, this radio show, and the one before, too. And we just keep getting deeper in all the services that you offer to make our lives better and keeping us healthy and safe, especially in the season where is Corona back? Can I protect my home? I may have an elderly person in my home. I need to make sure that it's the best conditions. And you have a product, you have a service that helps solve that problem.
Sure. And, we wanted to kind of come into this one here because of the timing. We're coming into that, what in our business we like to call the shoulder season. We're kind of in between the extreme heat and the extreme cold, which is unknowing to Texas if we're going to be extreme or not. But anyhow, it's that season in between where a lot of people are starting to begin to suffer from the allergies, the colds, the sniffles, the sneezes, possibly the flus, and whatever else is out there. And we can go into so much other stuff, but it's more so it's trying to do the very best we can to keep the air clean, fresh, sanitized, and healthy for you and your family and your home. And so, before the break, we were talking about the products that we have, all field tested, time tested, parts and materials, all the things that we use at My Favorite Service Company. And, so on these products here, there's a combination, and the combination is just go back to like the duct cleaning and then go back to one of the other episodes where we talked about the air conditioners. Not anything in one is going to take care of all problems. You have to combine certain things together to get what you really want. It's like a swamp cooler. Who out there remembers a swamp cooler? You're basically just taking air, you're blowing it across some cool water, and it's decreasing the temperature of the air. So, okay, that's going to do a decent job. If you really want to condition the air, you've got to go through the entire air conditioning refrigeration process. You go through the meterings, the vapor coils, the condenser coils, the compressors, and all these other things to really do the job you want. Right. And so with sanitizing and cleaning your air, it's no different. We got to start off with make sure that you've got a clean product. There's no point in putting a UV light or filters and things in place if all the ductwork is all dirty. We got to start somewhere. We got to start from the base. Let's get things clean to a point that you at least are going to be okay here forward. And then we sanitize it. We want to sanitize it because we want to make sure that there's nothing living and growing inside of there. And I'm not a mold expert, but you see things and you say, that looks like it's living and breathing, and it doesn't, And so we always want to make sure that we sanitize after we clean. That's very, very important. After we do that, then we look at what products, would best suit you, your family's, and your home's needs so that we can keep the air clean, fresh, safe, and healthy. And I say that over and over again, but it's so very important. And so we picked products that field tested and time tested. And I actually went through many years ago and worked with a great manufacturer that is out of Vermont. And they became personal friends of mine, the owners of the business, the people that work there. Excuse me. And it's because we gained such a close relationship. But I helped to manufacture and engineer, not manufacture, the UV products that we have for our area.
Wow.
And we did that because I knew, like I was saying before the break, not every product is going to serve every home the best, nor that climate, that area, those conditions. And so we designed products with them that work the very best for us here in the South Texas region under our conditions, our climates.
But this is a very special company, though. Talk about the culture that they've created.
It is, Baron. It's touching to the heart because the guys that are there are just, they're extremely smart. Whenever I talk to them without anything, ill intent. I tell them they're like air quality nerds. Like they just if you think I know things,
Yeah,
like
it takes
these
one
guys,
to know one, my friend.
These guys go into this extreme detail about how the UV light works and nano waves and all these other great things that I understand, but they just really obviously understand it as the manufacturers and engineers of this. Anyhow, they actually have a manufacturing plant where they bring in people with special needs to help them. And obviously, there's limitations to what some people can do, but they've found a way to employ these people, and they've actually been recognized many times from Vermont for what they do and how they serve the community by bringing these people in and paying them and keeping them employed. But in doing so, some of these people with special needs, they flourish. They begin to do much better in their normal everyday lives, out there, because they're keeping themselves busy. They're keeping their minds working in a way rather than, just sitting around, whatever the case may be. And I'll just give you an example. So special needs like what? So there's an area for people that are blind, legally blind, whether they're completely 100% blind or they're legally blind, so they're very limited in vision. There's trays that are laid out, and basically there's, from the left to the right, tray 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the case may be. And in the very beginning, there's a bag, there's a Ziploc bag, a large Ziploc bag. And so what the person with the special needs is obviously, impaired in vision, will pick up the bag, and then he'll take his, from tray 1 to tray 2, tray 3, and he'll put the products necessary to install these UVs.
He's building a kit.
He builds the kit, and he doesn't have to see it. He can feel it. He can go through there, and they've had these special trays set up where he goes through that, and he puts it in the tray. It slides down, and then somebody else will put it in a box. And
cool.
there's another area, and for these individuals, it's whatever the case may be, and I'm not going to pretend like I know all the details of. But it's people that are very detail-oriented, right? Very, very detail-oriented. And so sometimes they don't function well out in the normal world because they just get so OCD. I'm OCD on some things too. But, they just get so overwhelmed with they have to have it perfect. But these guys, all they do is put stickers on the box.
Yeah.
And they put each sticker on. It's such a and it doesn't matter how long they take, and it's okay because this is their manufacturing process. And so there's a multitude of people in there doing this, and it's simple things like that. But it's such a simple job that does such a great thing for the community, for these people with special needs, and I think it's just amazing. And then the beauty of all that is it's made right here in the United States of America, employing U.S. citizens, and keeping so much of what we do on a daily basis just flourishing in our country. And so again, the manufacturer is special to me. They're good friends of mine, and many years ago we engineered some really great products just for the South Texas region in our area.
All right, now I need you to talk about one of those products here that you're showcasing here in South Texas, in central South Texas, where the allergies are blowing in and the disease that we need to prevent to keep our families safe.
There's a multitude of products. We have 4 main products that we want to install in the best case scenario for your air conditioner. You're going to start off with the filtering. You're going to start off with basic UV sanitization that's going to bathe your coils, keep things from growing on that cold, dark, wet surface, right? And then we're going to have a bipolar ionization, and that's basically to go out there into the air, and it takes, if you would, and just creates magnets with all the dust particles. And it says, okay, dust particle positive, dust particle negative, and it starts to connect them together. That's obviously very layman terms. It's very rough overview, but it's literally what it does is to go out there and connect these products together. And in doing so, the negative positive then is turned negative altogether, so it no longer lives and breathes.
These nerds in Vermont came up with this.
These do not tell them nerds. Okay. These amazing guys.
These amazing guys.
I call them nerds when we're sitting around the dinner table joshing with each other. But no, they're extremely smart. Yes, amazing people. But absolutely. But probably my favorite product is our Forever Clean PCO. The Forever Clean PCO product is basically the combination of all these put together strictly to go into the airstream to go out there and continuously sanitize in odors and living, breathing particles. things that are out there to hurt us. And this product's been tested many times. We have a chart, and if anybody's watching the YouTube video or on video, then the chart, you can look at this and see it, and you can also, shoot me an email, info@myfavoriteservicecompany. I'll share this information with you. But it's been tested so many times with so many different viruses. And the chart, it talks about the coronavirus. It talks about the basic cold and flu viruses. It talks about so many other ones. And it's proven between 86 and 99.9% positive to be able to take care of these things that are in our air and basically kill them and sanitize the air. Of course, the disclaimer on that, just like any other time, is these aren't medical devices. These are made for the air conditioner, and these tests are obviously done under specific conditions. And so, that condition inside of that, warehouse or that engineering facility may vary from what your home is or mine or anybody else's out there. But it is proven under certain conditions to be able to kill and basically get rid of these terrible things that are flying in the air. And it does that through, one, the UV light, and then it takes there's a PCO that goes around the UV light that activates, and as it activates those PCOs, it goes out into the air and again actively seeks to kill and deodorize and sanitize your air.
Amazing. It's a miracle. It really is.
It
the
is.
Science that's behind all this.
And my favorite part of it, again, is it's designed for a residential home in our area, our humidity levels.
Right.
And also, we get zero concerns with any kind of adverse smells or irritations or watery eyes or runny nose, because there's some products out there that will do that, especially if you don't. If somebody installs this in your home, or you just go online and you find something, because by gosh, we can in today's world. Many times you're going to get a product it's going to do more bad than good for you as far as what you're trying to accomplish. And we don't have any of those side effects with these products. Again, field tested, time tested, and their complete objective is to make sure that your air is, for the 100th time, clean, fresh, safe, and healthy.
Jacob, we're out of time. We're going to have to do this again.
That's no problem. I look forward to it, every week. And
by the way, there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. I just want to say that. We're all nerds.
Are you saying you're a nerd?
I am saying I'm a nerd. I'm a radio nerd, but you're...
Are you saying I'm a nerd?
I am saying you're a nerd. You're a professional geek when it comes to air conditioning and air quality and heating and San Antonio and Boerne, Texas, because this is where this program is broadcasting. And I thank you for coming to Boerne and making this happen.
Awesome, very much so. I'll tell you what, how about for the next show, we gather a bunch of questions from customers off of these last two shows, and I go into some details about more of these products, the duct cleaning, the UV lights, the air filters, things like that. And we'll just do the same as we did a few shows back, where it's just a question and answer type of deal.
I love it. Let's make that date, all right?
Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed the show and you haven't subscribed, liked, or followed, please do so below. It'd be a great help to us.